Hello, my name is Michael Emery. This video is designed to accompany the Complete Confidence mobile phone app. One of the founding fathers of the self-improvement field, Dale Carnegie, insisted that there are 4 points to experiencing confidence. First, start with a strong and persistent desire. Think about what it means to you financially, socially, and in terms of influence and leadership. Second, prepare. You can't feel confident unless you know what you're going to say or do. Third, act confident. Dale Carnegie writes, "To feel brave," advises Professor William James, "act as if you are brave." And from the field of NLP, we support this with the knowledge that your mind cannot perceive the difference between an imagined thought and a real experience. The last, and perhaps the most important component, is practice. Fear and anxiety are the result of a lack of confidence. A lack of confidence is the result of a lack of experience and knowing what you can do. When you practice, you are perfecting the beginning and the end of the process. Now, Dale Carnegie gave this advice within the context of one of the greatest fears that people tend to have, that is public speaking. Now, I believe what you say emanates from yourself, that is your psychological and your spiritual core. What you say is the result of your character and your values focused upon a single outcome. Perhaps trusting that you're already aligned with your psychological and spiritual core, that is your self-concepts, your values, your beliefs, and your motives, is one of the most difficult things. And this is the process of letting go. James Allen, the author of As a Man Thinketh, wrote, "Thought and character are one, and as character can manifest and discover itself only through environment and circumstance, the outer conditions of our life will always be found to be harmoniously related to our inner state." Just recently, I had the opportunity to give a presentation in a corporate environment, and this was going to be a presentation to a large group of people. And the presentation was titled, "Take Control of Your Future." And although I'd given this presentation in the past, I'd updated most of it in order to make it relevant to the audience. Now, of course, I time blocked my schedule in order to make sure that I had the appropriate amount of time needed in order to make any last-minute changes to the presentation and to also practice, because practice is important, right? And ironically, the day before the presentation, I started to feel sick. So there I was, less than 24 hours to the presentation, and I'm already in bed, feeling totally sick. I was throwing up, nauseous, headache, achy, you name it. And as I was tossing and turning in bed, it kept running through my mind that I needed to cancel this presentation. But each time I had that thought, an opposing thought crossed my mind. And this opposing thought contained the final outcome that I wanted those attendees to take away from my presentation. I wanted to wake them up. I wanted to show that they have the resources within to face their fears and take control of their future. And so there I was, debating, lying in bed, trying to figure out, was I going to share this thought or was I going to give in and cancel the presentation? This was an excellent opportunity for me to trust my unconscious mind and to be confident that my end outcome would be realized. So even though I felt awful, I got ready and I left for the convention center. And all along the drive there, I could hear in the back of my mind the soft, calm voice saying, "Trust your unconscious." I arrived at the location, I set up, and I gave my presentation. And I can honestly tell you that I have no idea what I said, except for people seemed to be pleased with it. At the end, everyone stood up and they applauded, and quite a few came up to talk to me. For me, it was a process of trusting my unconscious mind and being confident that I would be able to deliver, and I did. Now, I'm not saying this to brag. This is just anecdotal evidence that within you, you already have confidence. And the way to tap into it is to act as if and trust your unconscious mind will help you in the process. What do people mean when they say that they want more confidence? What do you want more confidence for? What comes to mind? It's probably not something that's just ordinary, average, run-of-the-mill, part of your normal day. Can you see what I mean? For some people, it might be an innate sense of knowing, a feeling that they can trust themselves. to respond appropriately within any given situation. For others, they might have a voice that says that they're confident. For some people, it might be seeing an outcome, seeing a specific event happening, and then getting confirmation from other people that they're confident. Whatever it is for you, you've got a unique way of knowing that you're experiencing confidence. I want you to consider this though. What if confidence is paradoxically less about being in control and more about letting go? And trusting your unconscious mind will help you in any given situation. In the Complete Confidence program, you'll have the opportunity to create the ideal outcome for a specific scenario. And then you'll have the opportunity to change the submodalities of that experience until you feel completely empowered. And then, as Dale Carnegie said, you practice it. You practice it until you perfect it. Because what you practice in your mind's eye, you perfect in reality. As is well known in martial arts and many other sports, your conscious mind usually just gets in the way. It is what you train and what becomes an unconscious process that you rely upon. An old mentor of mine once told me that you can take a top and you can spin that top, and then you can invest a tremendous amount of time and energy trying to guard that top and prevent it from falling down. But it's in the nature of the top, in the nature of physics, for it to eventually fall down. The same thing happens on a conscious and an unconscious level for most people. You could invest in a tremendous amount of time and effort trying to be confident and to support something that isn't there. Or you can focus upon the internal side. Like what James Allen said, you can focus on the character within and refine that character. And what comes out of that is your confidence, because it's aligned with your values and your core self. As you utilize this program moving into the future, experiencing confidence in the situations that come to mind, I want you to trust the process and realize that a good portion of it is you letting go and realizing that you already are confident. Be amazing.